Thanks so much for tuning in to this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. I'm Audrielle Tackett. Let's talk about what is on the way as we head into the weekend. We've been really warm this week so far. Wednesday was the warmest day in the short-term period. Our temperatures will start to slowly dip, but they're going to stay above average in general for another week, week and a half or so. This upcoming weekend, where you're looking at some stagnant air developing and kind of just sitting in the valley. So that's going to warrant an advisory for stagnant air this weekend, which I'll explain more in a minute. Monday, though, the rain will return. That's hopefully going to kind of mix out any inversion that does build over the coming weekend. First and foremost, though, here's the temperatures, our high afternoon temperatures for the next 10 days. So Wednesday was our warmest day in the short-term period. Thursday, we're still going to be above average at 55, and we're going to stay in the 50s for the next week and a half. And if you look here, our normal high for the second week of December is 39 degrees, the upper 30s generally. And so as this next week and a half progresses, our temperatures bounce around in the 50s, but our average high temperature will continue to fall. So by the next 10 days, our average high is probably going to be closer to the mid 30s. So we're looking at about 20 degrees above average being the main temperature setup for the next week and a half for Boise. Now, in the short-term period, the next couple of days to end this work week, we have this ridge of high pressure that's dominating the northwest. And now you can see that this atmospheric river is still directed at the northwest, but the precipitation is pretty much lingering to the north of us. So northern Idaho, the border along U.S. and Canada, is mostly the area that's seeing the precipitation through the end of this week. Otherwise, this ridge is going to continue to build for the next several days. It's going to keep our conditions relatively mild in southwest Idaho. So this is a timeline. You can see conditions don't change very much just by the sun icons here. But Thursday through Sunday, this is what we're expecting. Thursday and Friday, we're looking at patchy fog in the mornings and then some afternoon sunshine. Temperatures could dip just a little bit from the middle of the work week, but not much. And then Saturday and Sunday, maybe another few degrees down is where we're sitting for the weekend. Still above average temperatures this time of year. At this point, by Saturday into Sunday, we could be seeing that inversion be a little bit more impactful. So if the inversion comes in on Friday or starts to build on Friday, then the longer it lasts, the more impactful it will be, as inversions usually are. The stronger they are is because of how long they have lasted in the valleys. But by Sunday, this could be just the day before our next system heads in on Monday. So if we look at our upper level flow here, this is as of Wednesday. This high pressure going to continue to build into the northwest, likely peaking on Saturday, and then it will kind of shift to the east and break down sometime Monday into Tuesday. Now, just because we have this ridge of high pressure doesn't mean that there's no precipitation that's possible. In fact, the mountains still have a slight chance at precipitation over the next several days to end this work week and into the weekend. The chances are very low, but they're not non-existent. And then Monday, this is when we're looking at the next system coming in, and you can see it kind of brings those precipitation chances back, which then stay for the following work week. Now, Boise has seen 0.6 of an inch of precipitation so far in December. We're only about 2 weeks in. The monthly average is about 1.5 inches, so we're not quite halfway there yet, but we've made decent progress. We're pretty on schedule, it seems like, especially compared to November, which ended up being a very dry month. Treasure Valley, though, Boise, on the other hand, does not really have precipitation chances to end this work week or through the weekend. We look very mild and calm, and again, possibly that inversion that's setting up. But then Monday, when that cold front comes through, that system comes back, it also increases those precipitation chances for the valleys. Now, we're going to end this work week relatively dry for the most part, but on Thursday, there is a chance that the most northern part of our region sees a few minor showers. It doesn't look like it moves further south than McCall, so it's going to be the northernmost part of southern Idaho, and those showers just kind of linger in the afternoon. They're very light, mostly rain showers. It looks like probably Riggins will see the most of that. McCall doesn't even seem like it will see much, and then everything is said and done pretty much by Thursday afternoon. The air stagnation advisory, you can see that it is in effect for the western half of the Snake River Plain, so Magic Valley, Treasure Valley, West Central Mountains as well, and then a big portion of eastern Oregon. All of these areas shaded in gray will be in an extended period of stagnant air. And so we're going to have light winds during this time. We'll have little vertical mixing in our atmosphere. So things are really just going to sit in place and not kind of be mixed out in the atmosphere through the weekend. So that could lead to poor air quality. Important for sensitive groups heading into this weekend to continue checking the air quality and how that kind of plays out depending on the inversion and how it does develop in that particulate matter that sits as well. If we look at the 7-day forecast for Twin Falls, Thursday could be a little breezy, as was Wednesday, but plenty of sunshine is expected for the end of the work week. Temperatures will also stay in the 50s for the next week ahead for Twin Falls. Saturday, temperatures start to dip just a little bit, but the 50s really stick around. And then Monday, when that system comes in, just like Boise and the Treasure Valley, the precipitation chances come back, although south central Idaho has a slighter chance of precipitation to start the work week just because it's a little further east and takes a little bit longer for the system to reach that far, which then in turn makes the system die down a little bit. It weakens as it progresses further east. Looking at Boise, we are expecting some patchy fog Thursday and Friday to end the work week, so give yourself some extra commute time on the roads in the morning, but the afternoon should be pretty sunny. Saturday for 7 cares, Idaho shares looks good. Now again, we're looking at that air stagnation advisory. Just keep that in mind. Continue to check those air quality conditions this weekend. Monday, when we get the chance for showers back into the picture, that hopefully mixes out any inversion that does set up, brings some fresher air back into the region. And right now it looks like rain chances are sticking around all the way through the end of next week. There's a system coming in Monday, but then Wednesday, middle of the week to the end of the week, we're looking at the atmospheric river coming back into the picture. That's a little more than a week out at this point, but we'll keep an eye on that and see how it continues to play out. Thanks so much for tuning in to this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. We will catch you next time.